I can see you over there, just chilling with your friends. I can't believe you're by yourself. You should be here with me.
Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey, and you guys, I am so feeling these soft crimps. If you guys are interested to see how I got these beautiful soft crimps, just keep on watching. So I actually got this wig sent to me from SHEIN. Yeah, I got this wig from SHEIN, guys. So they sent me over this 26-inch beautiful loose deep wave wig. It's a 13x4 frontal, and it actually has like full parting space inside, guys. I'll show you in a minute. They also sent me a wig cap and a user guide to how to care for their wig rather. So this is the front of the lace. It is pre-plucked and it looks really good actually. And the inside also has a full parting space, which is great for like longer parts. So I went ahead and bleached the knots, washed the unit off of camera, and this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to mold the front down, pre-prep the front before I begin to show you guys how I crimp the back. So I molded down the front and I decided to go with a middle part. So I'm just separating the hair into 4 sections. This is how I like to style it. I always separate the hair into 4 sections. Today, I'm using my handy dandy, this is the Ion crimper. I think it's the best crimper on the market, to be honest with you. And I'm using some KENRA volume spray and also heat protectant. So I'm just spraying some of the heat protectant on before I go in to do my first row of crimps. Now this crimper can go up to a really high heat, so you don't want to go up too high. I have it on 360 Fahrenheit. And when you're doing these crimps, you make sure you want to have all the hair together. You don't want to separate the hair, not just yet either, because it'll make it kind of messy or the hair will be too separated. And you also I want like a soft crimp, so I don't want them to be stiff, so I didn't even put the holding spray on it yet. I will do a little touch after. But right now, all I'm using is heat protectant. And the heat protectant gives off a little sheen and a light hold, a very, very light hold. But if you want more of a solid hold, like you like those crimps that look nice and stay that way, then you can use a hairspray that has a little bit of a more hold, like any other hairspray. You know, just something that will hold it in place if that's the style you're going for. But me, I wanted to more of a softer crimp that I can take my fingers and slightly separate just a tad, but also want them to remain really neat. So I hold the crimper down on every section for about, 5 seconds, not too long. So that's 5 to 10 seconds. You don't want to hold it on too long because crimps are time consuming. So I'm just showing you guys that on this side, how to do that. You have to be very, very patient when you do these because they can get messy really, really easily if you pull them or drag them. And you make sure that when you're parting out the sections, it's like a actual section of hair. Like there's no, you see how you can see you can see the cap where the wig is? That's what you want. You want the parts to be clean like that. You don't want it to be hair because then it'll get messy. You want to make sure it's sectioned out like a part for part. And you don't need to do small sections. You can do 4 to 5 tracks at a time. It doesn't need to be small sections, which is great because then it takes less time. Also, try not to pull, when you put the crimper on, try not to pull it down, hold it in place. Because if you pull it, the crimps will separate, and you don't want any separation while you're styling. Maybe later on you can run your hands through it, but while you're styling, you want it to be as neat and together as possible. So this crimper, the reason I like it the best is because I feel like it gives the best looking crimps. I have 2 others, bedhead crimpers. I just feel like their crimps are too big and too wide and too far apart. And I have the one that adjusts. I have both of them. I have the one that adjusts, the one that doesn't adjust. It just isn't my Ion, bro. So I don't know how to explain it. I can show you the differences, but I won't be doing that in this video. But if you guys want to see a video on the different curls with the different different crimps with the different crimpers, I can show you that. But this is what I like. I just like the way these look. So for the top part, I don't put the crimps all the way at the top. You want to leave like a little flatness because that's where your head is, right? So you don't want it to be too high, the crimp to start too high up there. So I left like one crimping space just to be flat, so that that part is flat down on your head and it's not like risen. So I crimped the other side of the back off camera, and I'll crimp the front and show you guys how I crimp the front while it's on my head. So I'm just showing you again the inside of the unit, and you see full parting space all the way across, which I love. That's how, if your wig doesn't look like that, it's just whatever, like, you know, it's not great. If your lace doesn't come with full parting space, it's just like, why are you even here, you know? Like, so always make sure that you ask to see inside of the lace. You can ask the vendor to show you before they send it to you. So now I'm just cutting the air tabs off. That's always the first step for me, because I feel like when I try to lay the hair down when the ear tabs are on, the sides always come up first. So this way the sides are down and it stays flat, so that I know exactly where I need to put the spray or the glue. So I'm using some melt spray just to spray around the perimeter of the hairline so that I can mold it down. And then I go in with my blow dryer and I'm dry it so it's nice and it doesn't move. It tacks right down into your skin. It's really simple. Honestly, it's easier to use than glue. If you are not sure how to use lace glue, this process is quite easy for you. It will be a lot easier for you. So if you guys are familiar with my channel, you know that number one, I am a hairstylist. However, I never actually style my own hair on camera. So this is still new to me. I'm still learning how to do that. Like, it comes easy to some girls. Ironically, it doesn't come easy to me. So looking down at the mirror while trying to show you guys is like really not that easy. So I say that to say, because I actually didn't put the lace directly over my hairline. I put it a little bit too far behind my hairline, so I can still see my hair. So I had to like lift it up and pull it forward and then re-tack it down on both sides. So that was just something I wanted to show you guys that that happened to me. And it happens every so often to me. I'm not even gonna lie, because I can barely see like this. This is why I like to style everything off camera. But if I did that, how could I show you guys how to do this, you know? I have access to mannequin heads, mannequin stand, and things like that. And I know a lot of you don't. So the only way you can style a unit is on your head. But I can tell you right now, I know that it's not easier. So if you guys are new at this, it will take some patience for you to go through. Just take your time. Never be in a rush when you have to do these things. But yeah, so the knots are bleached, as I said before, and I did pluck the hairline out some more. You don't need to re-pluck the hairline if you don't want to, because it does come pre-plucked. However, I like to have a little bit more of a thinner hairline, so that's why I went in and plucked it. So to get all the shadowing off, like, you know, there's a casting that comes off of the lace when you cut it. You just use more spray and then blow dry it simultaneously, and that will take away the casting. So I just went ahead and did the same thing on the other side. I had to pull it forward and re-tack it down because it was too far back. Then I went back with the makeup brush with whatever makeup was already on it, and I just put some around the hairline. Okay, so the wig is on now, so I'm just getting ready to crimp the front. So I got to get the back out of the way, and I'm going back in with my handy dandy crimper. And I'm going to separate the back from the front, because again, I still work in sections. It's the easiest way to work. So I'm going to start with one side. I'm going to put the back away so that the back doesn't get caught, like any of the back crimps don't get caught into the front crimps, because that would just mess up the back crimps, and I don't want that. So I'm sectioning out the first section. I think I only did like 4 sections in the front. I did them in pretty large chunks. Because I didn't want the crimps to be too big at the front, like, you know, or too many crimps, because then it wouldn't sit flat, and that's not the look I was going for. I always want a flat base, no matter what style, no matter how big the style. I always want the base to be flat, so it looks more natural. So if you notice as well, I didn't start the crimps all the way at the root because I don't want, again, I want it to be a flat base. So I didn't start it all the way up there. I started it maybe 2 inches down or 2.5 inches down. Also, I'm holding the crimper with the curl, the iron facing away from my face. I don't know if there's a correct way to hold it, but I think that's the best way to hold it for me. I find the crimps come out nicer this way, and also I rather the iron not face my face for obvious reason. I don't want to be burnt. But I also just always crimp that way. I find that when you crimp the other way, it gives a little bit of a different crimp. Like the crimp looks a little bit different. So I just like the way this side crimps the best. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It just gives I guess the crimps just go an opposite way, which is fine too. I'm sure they would be nice. I rather just do it this way, and it's safer as well. But again, I'm starting the crimps lower, so the base is flat, about 2 inches down. That's where I'll start my crimps. And I'm going a little bit faster at the top because there's less hair there, so it crimps faster. Be careful not to burn yourself, but it's kind of hard to burn yourself when you face the crimper that way. That's why I actually recommend it that way. And the first side is done. Yes, I'm really feeling I'm really feeling it. So I'm just like, okay, it looks really cute already. So I'm just gonna do the next side now. I'm gonna show y'all just the last two, or the last one, because you already done seeing how I did the one side. It's the same exact thing on the other side. Like literally no difference. The only difference is that you're just doing the opposite side. That's it. After this crimp, I'm just going to use some Got2b spray and lightly spray it. The only reason I'm using Got2b is because my spritz bottle cap broke. Oh, got some in my eye. Because this is a little bit too much of a hold for me. My spritz is nice. It gives like a softer hold. And the KENRA just gives it a little bit more fullness. And then I just go in with my permanent marker and I just clean up the part to make sure the part is nice and straight. And then I'll take some concealer that's about maybe 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and I'll put it in the part, because parts are always, your parting in your scalp is always lighter than your actual skin. So that's what you want to do. Make it a little bit more light, not too light, but like a little bit lighter than your actual skin tone, so that it looks natural. So there you have it. And I just use a little SHEIN, and that's it. Thank you so much, SHEIN, for sending me over this beautiful wig. I am so surprised at the quality, and I'm happy about it because it is really good. It's really nice, soft. I'm gonna see how it holds up in a few days, and yeah, this looks really cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested to see more videos like this, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Until next time, guys, bye.